I remember speaking to a mortgage broker who had spent a decade in retail management before he made the switch. And he told me he always thought that mortgage brokering was only for the finance people, but it turns out that he was just sitting on the perfect skills all along. Now, this conversation stuck with me because I've heard it many times before. People overthink this transition. They worry about whether they have the right experience. But the truth is, many of the best mortgage brokers I've ever worked with or spoken to, they didn't start in the finance industry at all. People change careers for all sorts of reasons. Burnout, lack of progression, wanting more flexibility. Mortgage brokering attracts a lot of people for career changes because it offers something very rare, the ability to build a business that works around you. It's one of those careers where sales experience, customer service skills, and problem solving are just as valuable as technical knowledge. The learning curve is steep, sure, but the upsides are huge, especially if you're somebody who thrives on helping people and making things happen. But here is what stops most people. It's the self-doubt and the hesitation. I've seen people put off the transition for years because they are waiting for the perfect moment. And do you know what usually happens? They watch others with the same skill sets they have step into the industry and succeed. If you keep waiting, you are delaying the opportunity to build something that gives you control over your career and your income and your life. The mortgage industry isn't slowing down, but your window to get ahead really could be. So if you are considering it, let's break down what actually makes the transition work. Number one is they played to their strengths. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you need financial experience to be a mortgage broker. What you really need is the ability to connect with people and solve problems. Retail and hospitality, you are great at managing customer expectations and handling pressure. If you're from sales, you understand the importance of communication and follow-up. If you're from admin or operations, you're detail-orientated and can handle the compliance side with ease. You see, the trick with this is to recognize the skills you already have and see how they're valuable in the industry. The second thing that I see people do is they commit to learning the process. So mortgage brokering isn't something you can just wing. You need to get your CMAP qualifications. That's just step one. But the real education comes from working with clients and learning lender criteria and handling those complex cases. The ones who succeed at this don't rush. They treat their first year as their foundation. They take the time to build relationships, they ask questions, and they learn from experienced brokers. There's no harm in asking people who've already been there. The third thing is they get a plan for financial stability. The biggest concern for career changes is financial adjustment, especially if you're moving from a salaried job. The smart ones, they always plan ahead. If going employed, they build up a knowledge and experience before considering self-employment. If they're going self-employed first, they will save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses to give themselves that breathing room while they're trying to build that client base. The fourth thing you have is they build a personal brand from day one. Mortgage brokering is a people business. The sooner you start positioning yourself as knowledgeable and approachable, then people will start to work with you. This doesn't mean you need to be a social media influencer, but having a clear online presence, even a simple LinkedIn or Instagram page, it can make you more visible to potential clients from the beginning. The fifth one is they take action whenever it feels uncomfortable. I've never met a successful broker who said, I was 100% ready before I started. The reality is confidence comes out from action. They book their CMAP exams before they feel fully prepared. They start to have conversations about mortgages before they feel like experts. They put themselves out there before they feel totally comfortable doing it. The only difference between those who succeed and those don't is that successful ones take that first step. So remember with this that progress beats perfection. This whole process reminds me of something I see all the time in business. People spend so long preparing that they never actually start. The truth is the best way to learn mortgage brokering is to become a mortgage broker. Yes, you do need the training, and yes, you do need to get CMAP, and yes, you do need to get CAS, but you will learn this stuff as you go along. But overthinking it is going to be the biggest killer of your progress. If you're considering this transition, start small, start today, but just start. The sooner you do it, the sooner you'll be on the way to building the business and the lifestyle you actually want. Now, if you want to check out this video on screen, which is my deep dive into how to start and grow your career as a mortgage broker, it takes you from passing CMAP all the way through to building a thriving business, hopefully self-employed. You want to give that one a click. And if you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments below.